was gonna say, just been busy week. I have to go back to the gym. It is 1:22. I have to teach at 6 o'clock, so I have a few things. And the name of this collection, which, okay, fine. One small side note. The name of I do collections now because the first 3 years, all I did was like mass list, get stuff, research it, process it, list it. You know, I'd put up beautiful porcelain right next to an Allen wrench. And then, I don't know, I noticed in January that some of the things that I had collected and hadn't taken pictures of all seemed to go together. And I thought, okay, I'll give that a try. One of the people that I followed, or I used to follow on YouTube, was Amanda's Mercantile, and she's amazing. She's got an amazing channel. It's changed quite a few times just since I've been watching, but she is so good at setting up and staging her booth, and it's just inspiring because sometimes it's trying to enjoy. It's the point of trying to enjoy having these gorgeous things, having these cool, unique items for a short period of time, really, before they get sold and go on to their new home. So the first collection I did was called Blush and Bloom, which was done in February, and it was very soft, very romantic kind of a thing. I loved it. I loved doing it. I loved taking the pictures for it. So I did a smaller one a couple months later called The Gilded Study, and it's mostly dark academia kind of stuff. And again, I was going through my things and noticed that I have a ton of bird items. Now, I think I've always liked birds, but they don't tell you that you reach a certain age and there's like this switch that gets flipped in your head and you're like, birds, oh my God, birds. I love birds so much, and it's all birds all the time. I mean, they're pretty cool. There's a lot of different variety, so I don't fight it. I just go with it. But I have a lot of bird stuff. And honestly, some of the things I get in, that's probably one of the first items that I take pictures of and process. So I collected what I had here. I have a couple interesting items, and I am going to show you these here. This is the For the Birds collection. I know I'm not as witty as some of these folks on here, but you know, I try. So here we go. So first we have a vintage pewter top dogwood blossom and bird glass potpourri trinket dish by Metzke. I believe it's by Metzke. Here's the top. Little bird, super cute, dogwood blossoms. Now there is some wear, as you can see, to the coating on the top. I don't have my glasses on, so bear with me. And we picked this up in South Carolina. I think it was South Carolina, our Charleston 2 Feet concert trip. And I have the bottom, so it's this delicate glass. It's interesting that they choose to have such a small or a delicate type of material with the heavy pewter lid. So you put potpourri in it, or you can put like pretty, I don't know, marbles. No, I don't know that I put marbles in there. That's probably a bad idea. I don't know. But it's nice, it's cute, whatever. I've sold one similar before, so I wouldn't have picked it up if I didn't think I could sell it again. And it didn't sit there long, so I think I probably had it priced properly. It says $15.75 on this tag, but there's a pink slash through it, so I probably got it for like 20 to 40% off. I don't remember right now. So there's that. Probably gonna list it for whatever I listed last one, which I think was around 20, something like that. Then this super cool Sadly, I only have one of them, and we found this at a flea market on the way, of course, on the way to Charleston. And I normally don't stop at flea markets, but I decided to take a chance and stop and see, and I am very glad I did, because I found several things. Found a peacock lamp that I just sold to a repeat buyer, and I will tell you, that one was hard to let go because it was so pretty. I don't know why, it was just pretty. And of course, birds. So anyways, we have this. This is attributed to McKee Glass. I think they were a Pennsylvania company at one point, but this is the Bird of Paradise dual candlestick holder in clear and satin glass. So this sucker's got a gangster lean, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just the age of it. I looked really closely. It doesn't seem to have any kind of repairs or anything, and it's got the pontoon on the bottom that's been smoothed out, but I think it's really, really beautiful. I think I paid $10 for it, and I'm seeing them online. Not very many people have a double, like two as a set. The singles are going and in listings anywhere from $20 to $55. I'll probably do a little bit more research on it before I list it, but it's super neat looking. It's super pretty. It's very striking anywhere. So, and the difference is this base right here, theirs is kind of like domed with a little like lip all the way around, and mine's more kind of flat, a flat bottom shape. Oval still, but still flatter. I have not found one with the base just like that. So we've got that. Then next up we have, oh yes, I have to grab something to demonstrate this next one. So this came in a large auction lot, and I want to say it either came from Burns up in Ohio or a company out of Chicago, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it in here. I'll look it up after the video if it doesn't come to me, and just link them. But this sucker is so strange. I was just gonna throw it away or put it in a mystery box or something, but I did a little research on it, and I'll probably just sell it by itself, maybe $10, $12, something like that. But this is a penguin gravity ramp walker thing, and at first I was like, this, why does it's got a wheel, why is this not working? So it's a gravity walker, right? Ooh. How fun is that? Except for you gotta have a steady ramp. But anyways, I thought that was super cute and interesting. So I'll have that listed. Just something fun instead of, you know, pretty and whatever. All right, and I'm gonna jump to this since I'm already holding it. I hesitate on this. I keep going back and forth about whether I'm gonna list it or not, because they seem to get destroyed really easily, but they're so pretty, and if someone wants to just maybe display it in their house, that's probably a better idea than trying to use it as a placemat, which is what it was designed for. But whoever designed it did a crappy job, because if you wipe this off too hard, it like takes the stuff off. So it's pretty just to look at and not really all that great to use. And it is this. It's the Tropical Parrot design by Rock Flower Paper, a company out of San Francisco. And it's cute, right? Super cute. I've got 5. It's got a cork back, and their label is still on there. But like I said, it seems to not be very sturdy, so I don't know. If I list it, I'm definitely gonna note that it's, you do that. It's whatever. So found it in a thrift store locally, the Durham Mission Thrift in Wake Forest. So I don't know. It's funny because the website's description says they're well known for their durable, heat resistant, featuring protective lacquer finish. I don't know who was applying the protective lacquer that day, but they suck. It's not very protective. So, onward and upward to the next one. I did a video the other day based on some of these things that are coming up about Murano glass, and I'm not on here to try to like be a jerk or to call anyone out. I'm just saying, do your research, people. I noticed there was a kerfuffle online because some jackhat on TikTok was being a jerk and just being a jackass, quite honestly, talking mad shit about another like reseller, and it's like, sit down, you 5-year-old. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about. This internet is big. It's vast. There's room for everybody. There's room for everybody, for every kind of seller. And you only look sad when you get online and you throw shit that you would never say to their face. And that irritates the fire out of me. If I say something, I'm going to say it to you, to your face, or I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Because I have noticed the older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it. So anyways, distractions are us. We have a little hand-blown miniature glass swan figurine with a little red dotted eye and yellow beak. And it is super cute, super tiny, very little. Nice, very well done. I'll probably put that online for like $12. If I don't break it before I get it there. Then we have these blown glass swans, ducks, birds, whatever they are. I don't know how I'm gonna list these. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I've got one white one. Kind of looks like an airplane, but well done. Made in Japan, not Italy, even though it doesn't have a thing. You can tell, like, look at the feet. If Murano is going to put out something like this, it's going to be much finer quality. It's not just going to be like 2 dabs of glass stuck on the bottom. It's just not. Then I have 2 of these pink ones. Come here, you. And they're slightly different, right? I don't know how to do this very well. There. Right there. It's got kind of a flat tail. It's kind of interesting. Super cute. Pink. Here's the other one. And then I have a bunch of tiny little birds over here right now. I have 3 of these dark blue ducks. They look like ducks. So there's one. He's got feet, tail. And then 2. And see that? See the made in Japan sticker is still on it. Then there's his little feet. And then this guy. And they're all, you know, they're not 100% identical, which I guess when you're working with glass like that is just not possible, but they are cute. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue, light blue ones. So here's one. He looks like he's an airplane getting ready to take off. Little feet. I'm gonna put them right there for that. Whoop. And we got this guy. He's got some more white in him than blue. And then we got this little dude. Sit, stay. And this guy. Alrighty. So 4 of those, and I don't know whether I should list them as a set of 4 or if I should put a blue one. Actually, I'll probably put them all in the same listing, at least on Etsy, and do the drop down. Put 4 light blue, 3 dark blue, 2 pink, and 1 white, and they can choose whatever they'd like. Then I don't need my glasses. Well, I mean, let's be real. I need my glasses, but I'm not going to wear my glasses right now. Then I've got this thing, and this is more modern, right? Not super vintage. It's just a little trinket dish with a flamingo. What I love about it is when you open it, there's a little fish. There's a little fish inside, hiding from the flamingo in the trinket dish. But I thought he was cute too. Moving right along, we have a set of 3 napkin rings. I guess it's good if you're only dining with 2 and you just need an extra one in case something goes awry, right? Or you have 1 and you need some mates. So these are consignment pieces. I got these. I'm selling these for a lady at the gym, made in India. They are not, I mean, I guess the paint's not perfect on them, but they are cute, and they do sit. They have a slightly flat bottom, so they would sit. I'm going to try this. They would sit on your table. I feel quite successful that I've managed to balance this without destroying it. So these, I have no idea what to price these for. I have a note saying that I'm going to put them up for $25. I think I saw a set of 2 for $20, $23, something like that. And because it is consignment, I do try to list it slightly more, just because. Then this little guy, I've had him for a long time, probably close to 2 years now. And that's gonna be another video, because I have so many miniature things sitting in there in boxes, like, and it's good because they don't take up a lot of space, but oh my god, it's bad because they don't take up a lot of space. That means I've got a ton of them, so watch for that soon. So this is a shoveler duck. You see the little bill shaped like a little shovel, and he was hand carved and hand painted in Italy. Henri, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, A-N-R-I, and I've sold different things by them, getting from there, like angels and Swiss men carved, village people, I guess, not the YMCA village people, but like whatever, you know what I'm saying. And this was part of their wildlife collection, and this will probably go up online for $20. I think I saw a bunch for like $25. I think I saw one sold for $25. So the detail on it's quite lovely. Next, we have, oh, I already did that, the little miniature white swan, and the note I have says they're used in dollhouse displays or in fairy gardens. Have you ever seen a fairy garden outside? I've seen them. We have a park up the road, and I think they have kids groups that go there and do these little fairy gardens out in the woods on the trail, and it's cute. And believe it or not, they don't get completely destroyed. So, all right, the next thing I have, I don't want to get up yet. Let me do this one. So I've got some coasters. I got some duck coasters. These bad boys. I got these locally from a thrift shop, and they were originally priced for like $15, and they had been marked down and marked down. I think I paid $3 for them. There's 6 of them, mallard ducks with the cork backing, and they're in good condition For the most part, I think there's one. Is that schmutz? I think that's just dirt. I haven't wiped them off yet. But I'm not seeing a bunch of corrosion. Now there is corrosion in the tin. I do have the tin it goes to, which is cool. Most of the ones that I see are missing one or don't have the tin at all. So I'm happy that I've got the tin for that. So I'll get those washed up and posted. And I have one coaster. This is supposed to go to a set of 6. And I've only got the one. So this is probably going to go into a mystery box. These kind of crack me up. At first glance, I'm like, oh, those are cute. They're little quails, you know, little white quails. That will go in most anyone's decor, right? We've got a pair. But, dude, those quail look pissed off. Looks angry. Angry. I have a note saying angry quails. But anyways, they're cute. I'll probably put them up there for like $18, $20 or something. I think that's what I had. I didn't make a note on the pricing of them. And I got these in a lot from a local auction house, so I didn't have to pay shipping to get them here. I can't remember. I think I've sold a few things already out of that lot, which has more than paid for it. So yay, there's that. I won't have to price them high to recoup costs. Stand by. All right, next up, I've had this thing forever, and I got it from the illustrious Brownstone Liquidators. I talked about them in another video. And this, I got this when I was thinking about turning this into a lamp. Like I've got the cords, I've got all the stuff to go with it, but I don't know if I have the willpower to try to thread it through this tiny little hole into the top. I don't know. We'll see. I have done nothing with it but clean it. It's been sitting on my bookshelf for over 2 years. Yeah, I think so. Something like that. It's been a long time. So the information I found online says that this part was a Lenox vase from the 1930s, which is so cool. I'm like, oh, I didn't know Lenox did that. Now, obviously, I can't take the bottom off to see if there was any kind of maker's mark. And mine is different. Mine is different in that it's got these like fluted edges all the way around. The ones that I've seen are just a straight up square. But they're so pretty and so fine, and it's in great condition. There's no chips, no cracks, and quite honestly, I think it looks pretty cool sitting on the shelf, even not as a lamp. It's just been kind of holding up some books for me. So I have no idea yet what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I can successfully and easily thread this cord through there. I might turn it into a tableside lamp because it is super pretty. And if you like Art Deco or Empire kind of decor, this definitely fits the bill. So I have no idea what I'm going to list it for. If I do it as a lamp base, it's probably going to be 40 bucks. If I actually take the time to fix it, it'll probably go for close to 85, 90 bucks, depending on how much of a pain in the tail it is. Next, we have this little gal. This is Millie, and she is she a salt shaker, or salt or pepper shaker? S. I think it says S. I think it says S on the back of her head. So she's definitely a shaker of some sort. And she's in fairly decent condition. There's some paint wear off of her, and I was also going to just throw this thing in the trash and disregard it. But I'll put it up there for $10. We'll see if anyone needs to find Willie, his mate. Because I found a pair, and the male penguin is Willie. Cute. Then I'm going to pull something out of the vaults of I've had this since the dawn of time, which is 2023 when I started. Got this from Langston, a local auction house, in a bundle and lot, and I've sold a bunch of this stuff in the other lots, and I don't know, I've had it listed and it's super cute, and I'm hoping someone will like it. Is it perfect? It's not perfect, but like this Capodimonte kind of situation where you can see the leaves and the flowers sit up off of the body. They're so fragile. And there is, where is this thing? There is some a piece missing, 2 pieces. One. So these tips are all good. These flower pieces are all good. This is good. It looks like the only thing messed up is right there. Right here. Other than that, all the flowers and the leaves are intact. And this is a Royal Adderley, and I had it listed. But sometimes, you know, you list these things and you have to, on Etsy, every time it needs to be renewed, you have to pay 20 cents. Now, granted, it's a 4-month thing, but it's not like it can charge $50 or $40 or even $25 for this bad boy. So every time I'd have to pay 20 cents to list it, it's just kind of like, is it even worth it? But I brought it home. It's been sitting on the shelf. I'm gonna like take new pictures of it and we'll see. Put it up there for maybe $13, $12. See if anyone wants a grand looking swan with a bouquet of forget-me-nots. It's amazing to me how some things make it through this world without a single bit of damage on them, and how other things that look like they should be a little more sturdy are just like can get decimated. And that is the case in point with this. This is, oh, what is this? Pear Point. Pear Point? I think it's Pear Point. Where's my note? Yes. So these were very popular back in the day, like I want to say 60s, 70s, where they make these teeny tiny little plates and with various designs. A lot of times they were made as souvenirs from places, and this one is just a patriotic bald eagle thing. Yeah. E pluribus unum kind of situation. And I'm probably saying the Latin wrong for that too. I'm sure someone will let me know if that's the case. But anyways, it has a messed up corner piece. Where are you? Right here. So it's hard to see until you run, you know, because it's all kind of pointy around it. But if all you have to do is just run your finger across, and you can find it real quick. Learned that by watching a YouTube person, Dr. Lori. I know she's kind of she's a polarizing individual. I have seen that people either absolutely love her or they absolutely think she's a lunatic. She's a little cray-cray, but she's smart and she knows her stuff, although I think she overestimates. Sometimes I watch her do these stupid Goodwill videos, which I hate Goodwills. Don't even get me started on that, but like, pick this up, you can sell it for this. You could sell it for this if the exact person finds your listing out of the million listings online. You might have it sitting for a while. I have something similar, so your mileage may vary. Next up, we have Vunt and Kuhn. I feel like I got pretty close to the pronunciation on that. This is a wooden bird with letter. He is so tiny and so detailed, so cute, with a little heart on. Is that a heart? On his letter, love. So cute. And he is a hand carved and painted figurine from that area, from Vent and Kuhn, which has been doing this for over 100 years now, which is crazy. Got a few things from them, have sold that in the past, so super cool about that. In the same region, I couldn't find any specific information. So this was the only thing I found. It says Erzgebirge, which is German, I believe, for ore mountain, and that's the area this comes from. And this is another consignment piece from that same lady. So we have a family of little wooden penguins. This little penguin here. Then we have this baby penguin and this baby penguin and this baby penguin. Super cute. So again, can't find any information really about them online, so pricing wise, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that yet. I haven't made up my mind. Is that it here? No, it's not. I have, again, you start doing this with kind of a generic idea. Well, at least I do. You may have busted out of the gate knowing exactly how you were going to run your vintage business, or what you were going to sell, or what you weren't going to sell. And I was going to do just vintage and antiques. I didn't want to mess with Facebook. I didn't want to mess with eBay. I wasn't comfortable in those arenas yet. And I quite honestly, I just didn't want to mess with it, because again, it comes down to time and resources. So I'm not ever, don't ever say never, because I have eaten that word a couple times in my life. But I am changing direction, or at least contemplating adding on an eBay shop that deals with more modern items, because I don't want to mix like modern items in with my vintage stuff, just because it's hard ice for vintage. That's the name, and I don't want to like muddy the waters on that. But you would not believe how many things I donated, or just straight up threw out, or whatever, that I could have sold, but I didn't, because I wasn't going to mess with it. So this guy falls into that category. He is a little resin covered bird made in China, but he would look cute if someone wanted to paint him. I am not very artistic. I did not get those genes from a grandmother. But he's cute. Probably put him up on Facebook, maybe with a couple other little things that I don't have here at the moment. Then, pulling something out of the archives, found this in a local thrift store. And it's so cute, and I couldn't figure out, I still can't figure out why no one's bought this yet, because people seem to like this stuff. Like, it definitely falls under the category of cottagecore, but I've got this nesting set of canisters made out of like balsa wood. They're cute. I don't know that I put anything in them, but they're so cute to display. So the outer one is the blue goose. Then the interior one is this guy with the farm and the chickens, and it's got the chickies on the lid. And they're in really good condition, considering the material that they're made of. Yeah. The third one is little sheep. Sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell. Sorry, Cake song reference. I told you that most of the crap in my brain is like 80% lyrics, maybe 12% vintage information, and the rest is just random crap. Nothing really helpful in getting forward in life, but whatever. Then we've got the fourth one, and he's got a little piggy. Little wagon. I'm not sure why the pig is paired with the wagon, unless they've trained that pig to pull the wagon, which wouldn't that be helpful? And then here's the lid. So, yeah. Cute little set. We'll see. I'm hoping someone comes along. It's got like these little rivets that hold it all together and buy it. I brought it home so I could take some new pictures of it, because I took pictures of this in my small booth when I first started. And I don't know, I'm a little OCD, but when I'm taking pictures, I dislike seeing the edges of the booth in the pictures. But because these are larger and there's a few of them, I was trying to get all of them in the picture, and so I'm just like, whatever. I'm going to retake the pictures. Retake the pictures, do a fresh video, and maybe we'll see if someone has decided that they really, really like it. Now, for the piece de resistance. I have saved this one for last because it's probably one of my favorites. Super cool. I got it. I don't even remember where I got it. I got it in auction. I want to say maybe Brownstones, maybe Bird Nest auctions. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's a Hager Renaker. And I remember when I was a kid, my grandparents had this trading post store where I grew up. And my job as a kid was to dust everything in the store. And they had so many things in it that by the time I would get done dusting, I'd have to start all over again to dust, because it would take forever to get all this stuff. And I remember they had a bunch of Hager Renaker figurines, the little ceramic things on a piece of cardboard. And oh my God. As someone who has ADHD and cannot sit still, and also Calamity Jane, not super graceful or light-handed, I was terrified that I was going to destroy everything. So that's what I remember of Hager Renaker, which is hilarious because that's not exactly what people think of. Now, this is not a small figurine. This is a larger one, and I don't think I knew that they did larger ones. So, isn't he adorable? So cute. No chips, no cracks, nothing. Now, it was just this figurine when I got it, and then Jason noticed, he's like, there's a hole in the bottom, and then he took a flashlight and did a thing, and I'm like, so I got a little nightlight thing. Now, I think that's cool. You want a little nightlight. Nice. If you're scared and think that's like the demonic owl straight from hell and it's going to give you nightmares, then maybe not. But I bought that. I'm going to include it, and if you want to use it like that, you can. If you don't, don't. But he's so cute. He's so well done and very sturdy. So I'm excited to get this guy listed for sure. But that wraps up the For the Birds collection. And I guess I'll put together some miniatures. I've got some uranium glass miniatures, perfume bottles that I'm going to include in this, and a super cute little handheld silver-plated mirror, so I'm excited for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on getting all of these photographed and listed in the shop. If you have any questions, or if you want anything that you've seen here, please let me know. Feel free to comment. And thank you. If you've made it from the start all the way to the end, through all of this rambling, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would really love it if you would like, subscribe, come back, comment, do a thing, etc. Otherwise, I will have my weekly recap video. I might start that tomorrow because it seems like the weekends just gone. But anyways, y'all stay safe out there, stay hydrated, and I will see you next time.